Thank you guys so much for coming out. Another episode with some addicts where we share thoughts, ideas, concepts that is empowering the people to do something different. So
what are we going to talk about today?
What are we going to talk about today?
That's already a good, because we're going to talk about good communication, but look how I asked, you asked, nobody said anything. That's already bad communication, guys. So
alternative communication.
Yeah, maybe psychic, because we're reading this book, Becoming Supernatural book, and now we think it's all about neurology and only
we
vibrations.
We don't even need to talk.
Yeah, that's some deep stuff, but
the importance of good communication is today's topic.
Man, I think good communication, it can be in business, relationships, whatever, man. Even like texting. Like, I think if you know how to talk, you're going to get far in life. If you know how to talk to people, if you know how to communicate a message, if you know how to like have an idea and be able to sell it, you are going to escalate to the top percentile of people in life. Like for me, communication, man, it's just, I wake up every day and I have the opportunity to say some shit or say some shit that makes sense.
Lead.
Yes. And for me, where I am right now, where I have great people working with me and for me, and they're helping me build all these companies and these dreams, like, man, good communication is not writing an essay. It's not an hour phone call or an hour meeting. It's knowing what to say, when you have to say, and most importantly, why you have to say it. What do you think about good communication? Knowing that you are becoming successful in your career, and I'm sure good communication has been just paramount.
I think communication, it doesn't matter what the industry or what you're trying to do in life, developing good communication skills, I think is the number one thing you should teach yourself. I think it's the number one thing that you should make yourself be comfortable being uncomfortable. Because, at times it might be, tough for people to say what they want to say or, express an idea, I guess. But I think that's the number one thing that as a human being you should develop, good communication. It's just going to take you far in life.
And people think it's not a skill, man. People think it's just like, oh, you know how to talk. No, man. If you know how to talk, I just remembered in high school and like school, whenever we had like science projects, I was always the worst cutter. My cutting skills were horrible with scissors. I was horrible pasting. I was horrible designing the cardboards. But you know what I always picked out to do, and even through college, was to give the presentation.
You've always liked that?
I've always loved that.
People are scared of that.
Bro,
people will have
sure.
nightmares. People will
They say public
kill themselves
They say public
before
speaking.
presenting.
They say public speaking is the number one fear. Is people more than spiders and being crashed by a car, or whatever. Public speaking, man.
Yeah.
And like I remember being in sixth grade and be like, no, I don't want to do all this cutting. Do I have to talk? Okay.
People will be like, yeah,
that.
I'm sick.
Yeah, I won't show up.
Just because they don't want to do a 10-minute presentation.
And man, I remember in sports, also like in sports, I was always able to be like a team leader or a team captain because I knew how to talk to people. I knew how to talk to myself, my
Make
teammates,
them feel good.
my coach, the other team, and like really just being able to like transmit a message, man, because I think that's what good communication is. And me in the industry of marketing that I work and social media, cutting through the noise is so hard because people are always trying to say a lot of things, but they say nothing. And I'm sure in sales and the things that we do,
that's
man,
really
good
right there.
Yeah, that's a
that's a good one. Right
we gotta hit it now, man. And trust me, like people pay our company for that, to tell them that like, bro, you can have the best design, the best PowerPoint, but if you don't have someone inside of your company that knows how to stand up in front of potential customers and let them know what they offer, what's their value proposition, and what they expect from them, like, man, what's the beauty of creating art if you're not able to sell it? What's the beauty of having an idea if you're not able to like talk to people? Because really most of the things we do start as an idea. The phones we have, this table, everything we are currently seeing starting off as an idea that somebody was able to communicate.
Yeah, and take action in order to make it happen. And all our great leaders are phenomenal communicators. And who do you listen to? Think about who do you listen to? Who do you talk to? These are people, the people that I listen to are people that are good communicators that transmit message, inspire. So if you're able to develop that for yourself and for the people around you, I think you are in for a lovely
Would you say
life.
live and ride and just,
Yeah.
if you want to look at life as a movie, as a trailer, or as an episode, as a Netflix series, whatever you see life as, is going to be better if you know how to communicate. Will you say, man, communication starts with what we say or what we listen to?
I would say it starts with what you listen to.
Why?
Just because you know, gathering this information, you listening, and then you interpreting. You know, you might tell me something that happened to you, and then I listen, and then I kind of canalize and perhaps put myself in that situation, and then I communicate, you know, what I think, perhaps, you know, give you a good advice. That's why I think our past is our greatest currency. People see their past as negative. If you encounter like negative past results, or, you know, I went bankrupt 3 years ago and I'm still dwelling. I think you utilizing your past as a currency is the greatest asset, because you're utilizing past experiences and you're applying it in your present to get great results. So I feel like that goes hand in hand with.
I was networking. Just I had the chance to mastermind with one of the leaders in the marketing industry. Had like a 10-minute talk, man, and what he said was, before I was getting paid for what I did, now I'm getting paid for what I know. And this guy, whenever he talks, he looks at you right in the eye. Like whenever he talks, you listen, and it's not because
he's not teaching you anything that he read in a book.
No. And when he said that, I was like, wow, like, and you know what really scared me was that there's people that, even people very close to us, that they never get to experience living by what they know, because they never have it. They've never given themselves the chance to really express it. Because you can write a book on all the things you've learned. I can write a book on the things I've learned. But really, it's not about just like putting things in paper. It's just making sure the message gets to people. Because it's like good communication. I would say it's like reading. There's times I read things, and there's one thing I pick out, and that thing changes my life.
Right.
Changes my current life. So I think it's the same with communication. Like, I've been in front of crowds of people. I've been in podcasts. I've been in interviews. And really, like, if you don't listen to yourself before you say anything you're going to say, you're just going to spit out the things that you think are right, but they passed a very narrow thought process.
I'm kind of embarrassed to listen to myself on when we're doing these audios, but I think going through that
But don't you feel proud when you listen to yourself and you're like, damn, this makes sense? Or like, I said this with the right intention.
I do, but at first it's just like, man, it's just weird.
It's just weird. Yeah, I remember whenever I have to like pitch a business or like pitch an idea, man, like I take that process very like spiritually, man, because I know that my words
impacting other people.
Yeah, and for me, whenever I open my mouth, I just try to make sure I get to the point.
Right.
If I tell you something and I need you to like take action, I'm not gonna like cut through the chase. If I have to tell you for 20 minutes, just so you know and you have all the information you need, because a lot of people say things to other people and expect them to do things, but they're like, oh, I supposed I told you. I thought I told you, but no, you didn't say everything you had to say. And I think that's when possible good communication turns into horrible communication.
Yeah, and certainly for being to close this out, I think listening before speaking is very powerful, because if I'm trying to give you an advice, I don't even know if you're capable before me hearing you that you're able to apply perhaps my advice. So
yeah, if you're sitting at a table, guys, and you're new, shut up and listen.
Shut up and listen. To close this out, build up good communication skills, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Phenomenal book to start. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Stay positive, stay healthy, drink water, and see you in the next one.